Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Playmakers Vibe Podcast, NFL edition. You know me down at the Playmakers Silence. You know my partner, Dallas Glenn. How you doing?
Doing good.
Dallas, I'm not going to do no long introduction. We're going to jump right into it real quickly because you weren't with us last week as the NFL season kicked off. Let's go ahead and do our division picks right now.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, I was not thinking about football last week.
Oh, yeah, you had every right not to. So, AFC East, I'm pretty sure we both going to New England, right?
Yeah.
NFC East, I'm going Philly.
Isn't it? This is why it's so unfair. After what I saw past Sunday, what I did have a chance to see, I'm going to stick with Dallas. That's who I would have picked in the preseason if Zeke was on the field. That's who I'm picking now.
All right. AFC South, I'm going Houston.
I don't know if I can go Houston. Cleveland was Cleveland, but I think the trend has been if Tennessee's quarterback play can be more stable. Tennessee has one of the best defenses in the league, and when Taylor Lewan's on the field, they magically figure out a way to stay competitive. If Marcus Mariota, actually, now I think about it, doesn't even matter if Marcus Mariota doesn't stay healthy. They have Ryan Tannehill, who is just a franchise quarterback. It pains me to say this, and I hope that everybody on their team gets hurt. But I'm going Tennessee over Houston solely because Bill O'Brien is going to piss away his quarterback's health. Like the last-minute move with Tunzel, I don't think that's going to be enough. I don't know what it is. They just extended their center on a 3-year contract. Why? No offensive lineman should be getting an extension until the end of the season if I'm the Houston Texans. Protect my quarterback. How are you going to extend somebody after what happened to Deshaun Watson when he was trying his best to gunsling last Monday night? I don't understand it, but hey.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know he said a lot just then, but yes, the same man who's been cussing out the Titans for the past 3 months has picked the Titans to win his division.
They're going to be the ones who survive attrition. We already lost our quarterback. We lost our quarterback in the first quarter of the season. Andrew Luck retired. Jacoby Brissett's getting his second 16 games. We saw what happened the last time he was a full-time starter. We're basically going between a team that has a franchise quarterback as the backup and a team that won't protect their franchise quarterback. They refuse to protect their franchise quarterback. They just awarded an offensive lineman for not protecting their franchise quarterback.
NFC South, I'm going New Orleans.
Oh, yeah. Cam's nicked up. Christian McCaffrey ain't going to be able to carry that team, not as a spread running back. And, I mean, the other two teams are the other two teams. It's New Orleans easy.
AFC North.
I tried to tell people.
I'm still going to go Pittsburgh, even though I didn't like what I saw. Well, I didn't see it, but I heard what happened.
I don't necessarily think Pittsburgh needed a wake-up call, but, you know, maybe they wore a little bit too, well, look what we did without Le'Veon last year. You know, we did win a division game without AB. We did our part in Week 17 last year, but I don't really think they needed a wake-up call, Darnell. So, I mean, I'm going Pittsburgh because Miami is bad. And I'm sure Lamar Jackson has improved as a passer, but God, that Miami team is going to be bad this year. And if we're just talking about winning the division, not what they're going to do in the tournament, I pick Pittsburgh and win the division. I think they'll do more in the next 15 games than Baltimore will.
NFC North, you got to go first on that one.
Man, I don't know what the hell happened at opening night. That man looks like Blake Bortles. Mitch Trubisky is looking like Blake. He looked like Blake last year, but he just looked like a better Blake.
We're going to get into that. So I just need a pick.
I'm still going to go Chicago.
All 4 teams won their games this past week. Jeez.
Well, I mean, Chicago didn't. They played Green Bay.
Well, Chicago did.
And then Detroit tied.
Yeah, Detroit tied, but Aaron Rodgers, damn.
He's good, but, man, I don't know, bro, because it's like If Detroit could just figure out a way to close, get interceptions, get sacks, Matthew Stafford gets that one extra touchdown. If Detroit could just learn how to close.
Minnesota, oh my God, Kirk Cousins can't do that every week. That's the problem.
We know Kirk Cousins isn't going to do that every week, so don't even do it to yourself. And Dalvin Cook, is he going to stay healthy? Are we going to get Dalvin Cook for 14 of 16 weeks? We can't even get Dalvin Cook for the majority of the season.
I'm forced to go Green Bay.
The safe pick. It's the safe pick. Unfortunately, that running game, I feel like Matt LaFleur dipped into his Tennessee days because they ran the ball. They ran the clock out. They ran to win the game, but I'm skeptical. I mean, let Aaron Rodgers do what he does, then try to run the ball the last 5 minutes. I don't know if that's going to work all season. I don't know if Aaron's going to buy into that all season.
Well, Dallas, after what I saw, after what I heard, what happened this past Sunday, I got to pick Kansas City in the AFC West.
Oh, no shit. Dude, I was driving back home, so I was listening to it on the radio. But, they put up 40 on a defense that wasn't even injured last year. They put up 40 on a defense that came out the preseason completely healthy.
Oh, we're going to get into that, too, because that's your team. And real quickly to round it out, you know who I'm picking in the NFC North. Everybody should know who I'm picking in the NFC North. It's the LA Rams.
Get your division right first, but I mean, I'll pick the Rams too, but we gonna get on you too. That's okay. We gonna get on you too.
Wow, so we different on 3 divisions? No, 2 divisions. And it's always the NFC when we different on. We never different on the AFC.
We all realistically try to figure out who's gonna legitimately chase the Patriots. Well, no, we had a difference. You picked Houston, I picked Tennessee. But the AFC South is the one division in the AFC where it's like no team in that division is ready to be elite yet.
I was going to do seedings, but I changed my mind. So go ahead and get us a recap of week 1, Dallas.
Was not the one watching football.
Well, okay. So that leaves me then. All right, now. Let's talk about what happened on opening night between Green Bay and Chicago. Do you blame Matt Nagy for that loss, or do you blame Mr. Trubisky for that loss?
Trubisky. I think it is reasonable to expect certain things from a quarterback that you drafted in the first round. I think there is certain things that you should expect from a quarterback that you traded up to get second overall. I mean, some plays were good coverage. Other times, Mr. Trubisky just missed people straight up. Matt Nagy can only call the plays. Matt Nagy can only adjust. Matt Nagy can only do the game prep and the halftime speeches.
I played devil's advocate real quick. I do feel like Matt Nagy did not call some good plays.
Are you sure that Matt Nagy didn't call good plays, or are you sure that Mr. Trubisky was just that off?
No, Mr. Trubisky was off. But there were some plays Matt Nagy should not have called.
Because when you're talking about play calling, that means that you're really in the zone. You recognize the route patterns. You recognize the situations. Like, give us examples.
Okay. The time that you put David Montgomery in, he's popping at least 4 yards of carry. You take him out, you put in Mike Davis, and you try to pass the ball the next 2 downs.
So are you saying that at the NFL level, personnel decisions like that are too obvious? Are you basically saying that you took out your strong rushing back and put in your pass protection receiving back, and it was obvious to the defense what was going on? Is that what you're saying?
Like, you can see what was going on. David Montgomery got the ball, he getting you 4 yards. He wasn't breaking them, but it was like a Ezekiel Elliott. He breaking tackles, fighting for 5 yards. All right, you take him out. Then you try something with Mike Davis. It really doesn't work. You at 3rd and 2, and pretty much you can run it for the first down because you've been running on them pretty effectively, but you try to go deep. You want to call for the deep ball.
One thing about your point so far that I can agree with, and one thing I think is going to be the Chicago Bears' problem. I think it was their problem last year. Matt Nagy is an example of why running back by committee isn't the way to go. I don't care if it's high school, college, or the NFL. You need a bell cow back. You need a back that can block on third down and pick up a blitz or catch a flat pass or catch an in or catch just a safety valve route. Like, you need a back that can catch on third down, block on third down, and get you those yards to set you up for third and short. I think the fact that Matt Nagy rotates his back so much, I think that is a problem. I don't think that's necessarily play calling problem, but I do think that's a personnel decision problem, because when you have a quarterback like Mr. Trubisky, you're going to need play action to help you out. You're going to need play action to get you those extra couple of yards for those inaccurate passes to make it to their targets. Allen Robinson was hot, so I don't blame him for trying the deep balls. I don't blame him for trying to force the ball to Robinson, because you're paying Robinson some money. But
good gracious, that Allen Robinson, he tried to prove a point on me.
Exactly, but you know, just like in Jacksonville, he left Jacksonville because there was an inaccurate quarterback that the franchise wasn't going to give up on, and he didn't want to deal with it. So what does he do? He signs a contract with the franchise with the inaccurate quarterback that they're not going to give up on. Allen Robinson had over 100 yards, but good Lord, how far could he have gone if those passes got there? With that, though, that's why you need a feature back.
Matter of fact, what was Tyler Gabriel at? You didn't get him into the game plan. What was I can't think of the other receiver. Miller, where was he? You didn't get him into the game plan.
I'm starting to wonder though, because like my thing is Tariq Cohen had some slant routes. He had a couple receptions that, you know, were bailouts, gave them some third and shorts, gave them some first downs. I'm starting to wonder though, because when you run the kind of offense, they were very shotgun heavy. The Chicago Bears were extremely shotgun heavy. They ran just as much shotgun as the Packers did. I'm wondering why Tariq Cohen isn't like the feature back. He's the star of the team. He's the best back on the team, but he's not the back that stays in. They don't run him between the tackles. They don't run him a lot. They have him running routes, which is fine if you're going to go shotgun heavy and run a spread offense. The problem is you need your best players on the field at all times. When you
I don't think you were watching the game, but you can hear Chris Collinsworth, Al Michael. They couldn't help but talk about how David Montgomery was breaking tackles left and right. I'm looking like this dude is bringing Iowa State to the Bears. Use your rookie.
That's fine, but at the same time, you can't keep him in on third down.
No, they choose not to keep him in on third down.
I'm telling you, he is a rookie running back from the Big 12. They are not keeping him in on third down. He's probably not picking up blitzes in practice. He's probably not showing himself to be reliable with his hands on third down situations. At least put in Tariq Cohen on third downs to be your like official third down running back, where at least everybody knows, okay, he'll either do a cut block or he's going to do a release route. We need to dedicate somebody to Tariq Cohen. We need to dedicate an actual weak side linebacker or an actual nickelback, because Tariq Cohen will run a go on us. Dude, if you're just putting in a third down back because you can't trust David Montgomery to block on third down, what are you doing? You're the one that just made the point that when David Montgomery was off the field, they knew what was about to happen. If David Montgomery can at least do a cut block on third down to keep the defense honest, what are you going to do the next 15 games? It's called film.
To your point on Mr. Trubisky, why would you throw a much needed game-winning drive in a double coverage with time left?
Dude, that goes back to the best players on the field at all times. Like, we get that Allen Robinson is the best receiver on the team. Yo, where was Trey Burton? Again, I didn't see it full.
Trey Burton did not play.
Damn.
He's hurt.
That's wild, because he was the best run blocking tight end in the league last year. And he also had over 500 yards receiving. So that sucks. But at the same time, Tariq Cohen was healthy. Like, if you're an inaccurate quarterback and you're running out of shotgun, and you have a running back like Tariq Cohen on your team, who is perfectly healthy going into the game, why are you chucking it deep on the final drive every damn play?
And then you got picked up by a former Bear to end it. I can't think of his name right now, but the good news is Chicago has a kicker.
Yeah, there is that. No troll. There is that.
All right. Now, before we get into what happened to me in Dallas, you remember that time you was talking about stop being a Jets fan and picking against New England? I did that in Pittsburgh did not back me up now one damn bit.
Brother.
3 points.
Tree.
Was all Pittsburgh got on Sunday Night Football.
Tres.
Sunday Night Football, 3 points. What New England get? 33.
Without that one guy.
Hell, Philip Dorsett's the leading receiver, and he didn't even have 100 yards. Wes Burkhead's the leading rusher for New England. He only had 44 yards. And Tom Brady threw for 341 with 3 touchdowns.
My Lord.
Now that I got that out the way, my Rams defeated Carolina 30-28. 30-27, my bad. Good thing Todd Gurley, as the game went along, started getting his rhythm. Yeah, Jared Goff did not
and
make
that's
it whatsoever.
Because, see, I know you're going to get on me. So, good brother, I hope you realize what I'm about to start going in for. Darnell, you guys didn't just double down on Jared Goff. Oh, you guys tripled down.
Oh, I know. He's the highest paid quarterback in the league. Trust me, me and Ken talked about it last week.
$110 million guaranteed American dollars for a quarterback.
Now pause. Just think about what's been happening to Dak Prescott.
The guy that just tossed up 405? Darnell. Because, again, I know what you're about to do. So, I'm going to get this in. So, the quarterback that all Bill Belichick had to do was wait until the end of the allowed time limit that all coaches get based on NFL rules. You mean to tell me that all Bill Belichick do was read a basic rule that everybody in the league knows? All he had to do was wait until 10 seconds left to where Sean McVay could not talk to his quarterback anymore to win a Super Bowl. Jared Goff can't make calls at the line of scrimmage. Jared Goff needs his coach to be in his ear until the snap of the damn football. And you paid that $100. Mind you, Jared Goff looked like a complete bust when Jeff Fisher was his head coach. You gave that guy $110 million. What the hell are you going to pay the coach when he's due?
I need Jared Goff to not stare down his receivers because after a while, Carolina kind of figured, just find 18 and that's where he's going at.
I know.
Wherever Cooper Kupp was at, that's where the Carolina Panthers knew where the ball was going at.
I know that John Elway and Dan Marino didn't win shit when they were in college. But I feel like in the modern era, quarterbacks usually can be graded on what they did in college. How relevant was their team? How did they do winning? How many games did they win on their own? How many hero games did they have? And California has been better ever since Jared Goff left. What about Jared Goff has let you guys know that he is a $110 million man? Because he made it to a Super Bowl, you guys made it to a Super Bowl. The 2,000-yard wide receivers, Todd Gurley, before he got hurt and disappeared. Like the offensive line, Andrew Whitworth. You know who's going to be a 15th ballot Hall of Famer maybe. Like, you guys have a team. Oh, yeah, you have like the best player in football according to the NFL Top 100. You guys have a lot of weapons.
I'm glad you got to that side because what did Chris McCaffrey do? 19 carries, 128, 2 touchdowns. 10 catches, 81 yards.
Darnell.
Now, mind you now, last year I was laughing because I said Chris McCaffrey is that dude.
Mm-hmm.
I have a not fully healthy Cam Newton coming in from a freaking foot injury from preseason. My defense got about 2-3 turnovers, but yeah, we still gave up 27 points.
If you're giving up 27 points to Carolina, if you're like
a key to lead, Marcus Peters, where y'all at? Well, Eric Rudder got hurt, so we don't know how long he's gonna be out.
Christian McCaffrey, he's a top 5 back in the league. Christian McCaffrey is that guy. But I mean, dude, he really ain't Christian McCaffrey carried the Carolina Panthers offense to 27 points. What the hell are you guys gonna do against teams that have multiple weapons? The hell are you guys?
Oh, we gonna get to that later. Oh, trust me. And matter of fact, and since we going on a run, and speaking of defenses, Dallas, go ahead.
40.
It's your team.
A 40 spot. And bro, they did the same shit they did
At
in
home.
2017, and they did the same shit they did last year whenever opponent offenses started getting the best of them. It's wild to me that the one guy we paid over this offseason was the one to get ejected. And the reason why he got ejected trying to fight Sammy Watkins.
Like, why would you go punch in front of the ref right there?
Dude, you're a middle linebacker, and the defense is getting toasted. You're the quarterback of the defense. You just got paid.
Matter of fact, you said he was trying to punch Sammy Watkins, right?
He was trying to fight Sammy Watkins. His teammate intervened. He punched the teammate.
Oh, so maybe that 9 receptions for 198 yards and 3 touchdowns has something to do with it.
I mean, it's wild to me because it's like, here's the thing. I'm not going to defend the defense at all. I'm just as wow at the defense. I didn't even look at Twitter because I probably would have agreed with everything I saw. Here's the thing I don't understand. Jalen Ramsey tackled Tyreek Hill, knocked him out the game. A cornerback knocked out one of their most potent weapons. Why the hell are we playing zone? Why the hell are the Jacksonville Jaguars playing zone when they have probably the best cornerback duo? Stephon Gilmore might be the best all-around cornerback in the NFL. But when we're talking about cornerback duos, you have A.J. Boye and Jalen Ramsey. You have Ronnie Harrison that played a lot of games last year at safety. You have Miles Jack, who can run with just about any running back in the league. Why are you playing zone? We are a defensive team that is going to rely on the defense to get us very, very, very far. Why are you playing zone? Some people will say the speed. Well, yeah, the reason why zone defense was created was because Bob Hayes was just toasting people. Almost said a bad word. Was just toasting people. But that's Bob Hayes. That's an Olympic gold medalist. That's a track and field Hall of Famer and an NFL Hall of Famer. Bro, Sammy Watkins, who was Sammy Watkins before this game? You're running a zone defense against an offense that only needs a little bit to get going. They have LaShawn McCoy. So what you're basically going to say is, no matter what, we're going to let LaShawn McCoy and Damian Williams get the ball underneath and have at least 3 free yards to get going. That's what you're basically saying when you run zone against the Kansas City Chiefs. I understand that you don't want to run man. I understand, Todd Walsh, why you may be scared to man up and go one-on-one with the Kansas City Chiefs. But, brother, you allowed 40. You allowed 40 in a zone. You might as well just need to see what could happen. Once Tyreek Hill left the game, you might as well have went man up.
This dude was 2 yards away from 200 in the opening game.
This is the same Sammy Watkins. And let's be honest, bro. We were writing Sammy Watkins off. We were trying to figure out how he got cut from Buffalo And then we saw somebody got cut from Buffalo.
We don't even talk about Sammy Watkins.
When Sammy Watkins cut the dreads, I was like, dang, he's getting ready for the real world. This man's getting ready for like a real job. He about to get cut. Bro, when Sammy Watkins cut the dreads, I forgot he was in the NFL. Because I was like, damn, bro.
I showed the highlights. I'm just looking at Sammy Watkins. They're like, ain't nobody over there.
That's the Sammy Watkins that got drafted. Real shit. That's the Sammy Watkins that got drafted. It took how long for that Sammy Watkins to show up? And don't tell me it's because he has a real quarterback, because he got traded to Kansas City in the middle of the season last year.
No, he just can't stay healthy.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't know what is. Not to mention LaShawn McCoy was popping 8.
Well, brother, when you're so worried about the deep ball, I mean, let's be fair, Darnell. When you're so worried about the deep ball and you're playing a very conservative zone defense, those things are going to happen. If you're going to pick your poison on the Kansas City offense, yes, please let LaShawn McCoy carry the ball. I will take that in theory. Now in practice, ooh.
On the bright side, you traded for Josh Dobson, but Mr. Wazoo was slinging the ball around.
Bro, like they gave him like 80% of the snaps in preseason. Gardner Minshew, it's crazy because the preseason doesn't count, and they kept saying NFL debut. Brother, that was his 5th game. Gardner Minshew played hella snaps in the preseason. Gardner Minshew was not fresh. He was ready to go, and it was really business as usual. The only difference is he had people who actually catch the damn football, and he had people who could block for more than 1 second. I mean, we were down to not even our 3rd string left tackle. We had Will Montgomery playing left tackle because both of our tackles were hurt, Cedric Aboye and Cam Robinson. So we had a dude that was competing for the right guard spot playing left tackle, but Minshew did the damn thing. Granted, I think Minshew looking so good in relief for Nick Foles, me as a skeptical Jaguars fan, I put that more on Kansas City having a lot of issues on defense still, more so than our rookie quarterback that we picked in the 6th round being that ready for the NFL. I hope I'm wrong. I sincerely hope I'm wrong because Nick Foles is on IR. But, dude, allowing 26 points to the Jacksonville Jaguars, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars scoring 26 points as far as local fans go, because the rest of the country doesn't care. The Jaguars defense allowed 40. They're toast. They're done. That's what what the rest of the nation is saying. But as far as Jaguars fans go, holy shit, we scored 26. Bro, we averaged 15 points per game last year. We opened up the season scoring 26. And none of them were a pick 6.
Hell. How many points did Tennessee score on Cleveland?
Too damn many. How many points did that offense? How many points did that offense that every damn guest we had was talking about during the offseason? How much did that offense score, Darnell?
The same team. Oh, Baker Mayfield, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt when he get back on suspension. Y'all only put up 13 points.
Tell me why, after all of that, we're talking more about Odell Beckham wanting to keep wearing his damn watch more so than how the hell they going to score more than 13 points. Mind you, I am begrudgingly picking Tennessee because they have one of the best defenses in the NFL. If Marcus Mariota or Ryan Tannehill can be a quarterback, not even a franchise quarterback, just a starting quarterback in the NFL, Tennessee is dangerous. I just threw up in my mouth. But still, bro, like, you just made Tennessee look like a very, very good team. Derrick Henry took down a 75-yard screen pass. Derrick Henry opened up the season with a 70-plus yard play. Bro, like, come on. 3 picks, Baker? 3? Come on. You have too many weapons to be forcing the ball and throwing 3 picks.
Speaking of a quarterback, we need to get on. I ain't gonna say quarterback because I didn't really see the game because I went to sleep early. No Antonio Brown and Oakland just went off on Denver.
I didn't see the game either, but I mean, I don't. Let me look up the box score real quick. Keep going real quick.
It was 4. I'm looking at the score right. It was 14-0 going into halftime, and then Denver tried to come back, but There was no coming back. Like Cortland Sutton, he did his part, 7 catches for 120. Well, Joe Flacco kind of did do his part, 21 for 31.
Joe Flacco, after all this time, has never made a Pro Bowl. He hasn't even been a Pro Bowl alternate. So let's pump the brakes. John Elway, for whatever reason, can't sign or draft a quarterback. But when I see Joe Flacco go for 21 for 31, 268 yards, a touchdown, and no interceptions, you know what I look at more so than anything? Philip Lindsay, 11 carries for 43 yards.
Oh, that's the hurt one right there.
Just looking at the box score.
So you telling me Josh Jacobs, the rookie from Alabama, got a lot of Alabama running backs. 23, 85 yards touchdowns.
Solid day. The yards don't pop out at you, but the fact that they were able to lean on him. When you have a running back get over 20 carries in a game, that usually means that they were using him to control the pace. That usually means that he was doing what was asked of him. He didn't have any he had one reception for 28 yards. So he had like over 100 yards total. But the 2 touchdowns came rushing, and that was only 1 reception. So he has 24 touches. That 28-yard, it's probably just a dump off our screen. But, dude, like, I think the problem is, and I hope this isn't the case. I didn't see the game, but I hope this isn't the case. Because anytime I see Joe Flacco throwing the ball more than 30 times, I think to myself, oh, hell, John Elway's doing it again. You can't choose a quarterback.
How many carries
11.
did Philip Lindsay had?
And Royce Freeman had 10. So you only had 21 rushing attempts, and your featured back from last year that made the Pro Bowl only had 11 touches.
Undrafted Pro Bowl 1,000-yard rusher had 11 carries.
Dude, the problem that I'm seeing here, again, I probably should have watched the game recap, but dude, the problem that I'm seeing here, just looking at the box score and knowing John Elway's decision making, I feel like he is too stuck on trying to prove that he can find a quarterback. I feel that he is too stuck on trying to win with the quarterback business model. Now, do you need a quarterback to win you a Super Bowl? Yes, you do. But you need a solid quarterback. Brad Johnson has a Super Bowl ring. Rex Grossman got to a Super Bowl. Joe Namath, bless his soul. That Super Bowl got him in the Hall of Fame because his stats are horrendous. But I mean, like, dude, like, you just need a serviceable starter that is going to lean on the running game and make the play action passes that he can make. Why does Philip Lindsay only get 11 touches? Joe Flacco is not that kind of quarterback. He is not the quarterback where you're going to throw it 35 plus times a game and you're going to win because of him. He hasn't made a Pro Bowl. He has a Super Bowl ring, but no Pro Bowl appearances.
Speaking of quarterbacks, one cornerback is disgusted, and the other one is filled with joy. Houston.
We have a problem.
I know it's New Orleans. I know it's in the Superdome. But what more do you need from Deshaun Watson?
Deshaun Watson. See, here's the thing. I didn't watch the game, but I do know Deshaun Watson. And I saw the highlights and I heard the hoopla. The box score doesn't do it justice. The box score, 20 for 30, 268 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. But, bro, like,
he threw y'all ahead with like less than a minute to go. And then you let Drew Brees walk down the field to kick the game.
Also, Darnell, I mean, to drive the point home, he also had 4 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown. He literally scored every point in the game besides the extra points, of course. Don't want to hyperbolize the situation, but he scored every point in the game himself. Let's see here. So Darnell, here's my point from earlier. Since people, because they doubt you, what's the game, what the hell are you talking about? Oh, no, I know what the hell I'm talking about when it comes to Houston's offensive line. 1, 2, 4, 5, 5.5, 6. 6 sacks allowed. And because
yeah, that's right. Oh, that was game back there.
What?
Oh yeah, that was game back there. That's the reason why Deshaun Watson had 10 yards.
And mind you, whatever the official sack tally is, there's always at least double the amount of QB hits. Patrick Mahomes in the Jaguars game dude, the offensive line officially went down with a clean sheet. Patrick Mahomes had a bum ankle, though. How do you think that happens? QB hits hurt just as much as the sacks do. I think Alex Smith, that catastrophic play was a QB hit, not even a sack. But, dude, like 6 official sacks recorded. The week after you allow 6 sacks, which surely did not help you when it comes to losing a game by 2 points, and you extend one of the linemen? You have a game where your quarterback is sacked 6 times, and you extend one of those linemen? That's why I can't pick Houston.
I'm not saying this. There's no way in the world, even though it's in the Superdome, a defense should allow a team to march down the field with about like 30 seconds to go to win the game. Romeo Cornell, you cannot be calling that soft-ass zone coverage against a Hall of Fame quarterback. Matter of fact, not just no Hall of Fame quarterback, the best passing quarterback who ever played a game.
Was J.J. Watt hurt?
No. Remember, they traded Jadeveon Clowney to Seattle. So guess who's getting all the attention?
Damn, because I'm seeing 0 combined, 0 assisted tackles, 0 sacks, and 0 passes defense. I'm seeing goose eggs on his stat sheet.
Oh, no, he was not getting the Drew Brees. They were going to make sure of that. Oh, no Jadeveon Clowney? 99?
So you mean to tell me that, now mind you, because New Orleans had like 2 Pro Bowls. I think Andrews Pete and Teron Armstead. They've made the Pro Bowl before. So, New Orleans has a talented offensive line. But damn, you mean to tell me that in the offseason, you mean to tell me that you trade away Jadeveon Clowney, you let him walk, you let him dictate the situation, and the older J.J. Watt, you put all the onus on him. You let Tyrann Mathieu walk in free agency. You just released Aaron Colvin. Jadeveon Clowney's out there in Seattle. You just made a rich defense even richer. And you're
I would get into it, but
the 5-tech defensive end that ain't getting no younger. That's how you allow 30, Darnell.
Anyway, since we about 40 minutes into this, best performance of the day, there's no question, the Baltimore Ravens. And we're not even going to get into what they did to Miami. We're just going to let that sit. But best performance of the day, Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson, y'all boys did y'all thing. It's up easy,
I think you met as a team, not as an individual, right? Because I don't think you can get to an individual because 59 in the NFL. Bro, when you put up a 50 spot, when you damn near get to 60 in the NFL, somebody's either really bad or somebody's really good. And I think we're going to go with the first one. So, yeah, that's a team award. Because I'm like Stephen A. I don't even know if I want to say Lamar Jackson has arrived yet because, man, the Dolphins are in for a long year.
Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? It's a long process. It's a hard, thought-out process. Yeah, I know. I was there. From March of this year, thinking about how I'm going to do this, doing all my research, trying to get everything right, what platforms can we use, and how we going to record it, and how we going to make it sound good, and make it all this happen. And then I came upon Anchor. The Anchor app on my phone, the easiest choice I could ever make to do a podcast. It's free to use. You don't got to pay for nothing. You can record episodes whenever you're ready. You can edit it, and then you can release them when you want to. And you don't have to worry about trying to figure out how you're going to distribute it on other platforms because Anchor has partnerships with Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Castbox, Pocket Cast, whatever you name it. Because the Playmakers Wild podcast is the podcast that I use. We're on all them platforms. We're on 9 platforms just by using the Anchor app. So pretty much all the questions that you have questions about doing a podcast, go to the Anchor app or go to the Anchor website, anchor.fm.com, and just search through it, ask questions. Because I tell you, a free app that does all this, there's nothing more you can ask for. I even got friends They doing their podcast on the Anchor app. Faith Talk. You might have heard of it because it's very good. And it's great that it's an app like this, it's a website like this that makes it easier for people to do podcasts and do what they love best, talking about the things that they love to talk about. So give Anchor a try. See how much you like it. We'll love to hear your podcast.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get into that. That's why you finna go ahead and dive into week 2. Thursday night, the night of this recording release, Tampa Bay Buccaneers is at Carolina.
Bro, if Christian McCaffrey went off for like almost 200 yards against the Rams.
I don't even want to talk about the Carolina Panthers. They ain't even a problem. What the hell, Jameis?
Yo, like, so really, nobody thought that this was going to happen. People really thought that Jameis Winston was just going to stop throwing picks once he left FSU.
Ain't even that. It's the 49ers.
Bro, like, you don't draft Eric Armstead, DeForest Buckner, and Nick Bosa and don't expect that to cash in. Now, look, I don't know about their secondary and stuff. Richard Sherman, he's old. All the other people, the linebackers. Yeah, but, you know, that was not because of, you know, Richard Sherman's flawless man coverage. Like, dude, like, when you keep drafting defensive linemen in the first round, eventually it has to cash in.
How you throw 36 times, complete 20, and don't even get to 200 yards?
Why is Bruce Arians really came out of retirement to throw the ball 36 times with Jameis Winston?
And you wouldn't even get to 200 yards.
So Bruce Arians so far, because we're talking about bad front office decisions, let's go into it. Bruce Arians tells Gerald McCoy that he pretty much doesn't fit. Releases him, lets him walk.
Where's Gerald McCoy at?
Like, you let Gerald McCoy walk. You're giving up 6 sacks. He had 6.5 sacks.
Not just walk. He walked into the business.
Exactly. You didn't even try to offload him. But then again, he had that contract. But here's the thing. So instead, not only do you let Gerald McCoy, who's a franchise, he's one of the best Buccaneers of all time, you let Ndamukong Suh, who ever since he left Detroit has not been the same. You let him come in specifically to take Gerald McCoy's spot, and you let him wear Gerald McCoy's number. And on top of that, bro, you have Jameis Winston, and your offensive philosophy is going to be throw the ball 36 times. I get you have Mike Evans, but god damn, like, bro, you're seriously going to trust Jameis Winston with the ball in his arm for 16 weeks? I hope they weren't surprised. Because, bro, I'm going to be real with you. San Francisco doesn't have a great quarterback situation themselves. I think Nick Mullins is the quarterback for that team. I think Nick Mullins had a lot of time to prove what he could do and how he could develop. Granted, he's super cheap. And as a Jaguars fan right now, I can understand the process, the thinking process of the front office. You pay Jimmy Garoppolo a lot of money. So, damn it, he's going to throw his way out of this funk he's in. But, man, I'm just looking at that defensive line. I know that you know whoever wins the line of scrimmage usually wins the game. But, my God, Jesus. Jameis is already a terrible quarterback. They made him look horrible.
As you can tell, people, we're both picking Carolina. But we didn't have to get into Carolina. We're picking Carolina. So
good God, when are they gonna move on from Jameis? This should be the year.
So we'll see. You don't trust Houston? I picked Houston. And the next team up on the list is your Jaguars, who are in Houston.
It's weird to think because, I mean, damn. The New Orleans Saints offensive line is miles better against our offensive line. And Juwan Taylor is going to have a day blocking J.J. Watt in his second game because he didn't get much snaps in the preseason. But god damn, like, if that defense is going to be as bad as it was last year on the back end, it'll depend. I think that Deshaun Watson, actually, I don't know. This is a hard game to pick because Not just because I'm a Jaguars fan, but because it's kind of like, dude, like, are they seriously after the middle linebacker gets ejected? Miles Jack just got paid and got ejected the first game of the season. Jalen Ramsey and AJ Bouye are like Calais Campbell, like all those guys just got 40 hung up on them. Houston has an offensive line that is just as bad as ours. There's no way that you guys just let Houston walk all over you. There's no way that you like let Houston just. I'm picking Jacksonville solely because you have the Texans on Sunday. Then you have Darnell. You have that motherfucker of a game. The Thursday night game that ended our season last year. I told you what was going to happen last season in the on the podcast preseason, and it happened. We lost in week 3. The season was over. Bro, you can't go down. You can't be 0-3.
We both said the same thing because y'all played New England in week 2 and everybody was hyping me. You was like, that's not the game we're looking at.
So
it's the game we was looking at.
So you've already shown that if you play Kansas City in the playoffs, if you get to the playoffs, you're just going to bitch out and lay down and let them score 50. Okay, that's cool. But you're not even going to get there if you can't win your division. So you mean to tell me that the Jaguars have a chance to go 0-3 and 0-2 in the division, and we're not even at the end of the month? Bro, like, if we're going 1-2, I think that we're winning the Houston game over the Tennessee game. Because if Tennessee's defense and pass rush is going to be like that, our offensive line ain't going to handle it. And Minshew's going to be in for a long day with those tight passing windows. So I have to pick the Texans game. Because if the team is 0-3 and 0-2 in the division before September ends, and Nick Foles is on IR, wrap it up. Bro, wrap it up and make sure that, like, nobody else just gets catastrophically injured. Start trading people if you have to. Because, bro, it's done.
Well, if that's your line of thinking, then I'm not helping because I'm picking Houston.
Bro, that has to be the line of thinking. Because, like, dude, you're a 6th-round quarterback is starting right now. You play 2 division opponents in the same calendar week.
You telling me that Sean Watson actually did everything right to win the game in New Orleans? Because we actually picked the game thinking, yeah, y'all not beating New Orleans. It's New Orleans. It's Monday Night Football. Y'all might even get blown out in this game. But y'all will be all right. Nah, they actually was supposed to win that game. Until the defense.
And it's even crazier because the refs were actually showing their ass that game. The refs were actually picking up where they left off in the AFC Championship game. They were doing some crazy stuff that game, man. New Orleans forcibly won the game.
Speaking of which, guess what's going down at the Coliseum? Late Sunday afternoon. I believe Dallas did say something about an NFC Championship game, right? Well, it's the rematch. The New Orleans Saints are at the Los Angeles Rams.
I know they allowed 28 to Houston, but man, y'all better get Todd Gurley cooking. Y'all better get Todd Gurley cooking. Y'all don't need that play action because Jared Goff is not just going to stare down his way to a win against the New Orleans Saints.
I'm very serious when I say this. The world is looking forward to this game.
And it's in Los Angeles.
When 425 hit, everybody's finna find a TV to watch this game.
Oh, yeah, because I'll probably be crying because my season's over, to be honest. My game's an early game, so yeah.
You know I'm going home team, man.
Look, there's no way in hell that I think Jared Goff is beating Drew Brees in a duel. But now that I think about it, Jared Goff ain't beating Drew Brees in a duel, and your defense is tripping. Your defense was tripping last year. Your defense basically is pulling a Philadelphia Eagles. If you remember way back when in the history books, Darnell, poor Vince Young, who was a Green Bay Packer not too long after he said this, thought that Philadelphia had bought themselves a dream team. They had Nnamdi Asomugha, Asante Samuel, and all those other folks, and then ass. You guys have a star-studded defense. You still have a lot of good players on that defense, but, you guys are allowing some points.
Yeah, this whole not playing the preseason thing is looking real good.
You know how what they say about us millennials. They say that we're trying to invent the real. And look, Sean McVay started the trend. I personally am pissed off at the trend because I sure would have liked to know if my franchise quarterback was going to get hurt early in the season before the season started. You know, it's the NFL. We know why he holds people out of the preseason, but it's the NFL. People are going to get hurt. If you guys allow 27 to Christian McCaffrey and the Carolina Panthers, I don't think you guys are going to win this game. It might end up being close, but I mean, hell, 47-50, just because it's a 3-point difference don't mean that a lot of points were scored. Like, bro, New Orleans is about to put up some points. The problem is, can you trust Jared Goff to keep pace? I can't believe you guys paid this man his money. Does he have the 5th-year option and everything? You guys had the leverage. What the hell is he going to do? Hold out? Jared Goff holding out when the rest of the league saw Bill Belichick easily expose the Rams. And so, okay, hold out. You guys had all the leverage, but again, trying to reinvent the wheel. You guys made your bet. Now you're going to have to lie in it because Jared Goff ain't scoring 45.
I mean, it is what it is. So that is your prime time. I don't want to say prime time, but that is your American game to watch. 4 o'clock.
It's going to be on Fox, right?
On Fox. If you want to look at something else, which I don't see why not, because after what happened in the NFC Championship game, everybody's looking forward to this. You'll have Chicago at Denver, Kansas City's at Oakland. So that's your 4 o'clock windows.
Yeah, I mean, I can only see maybe local people. I feel bad for the people that are going to get their games flexed out. Like the people in Missouri might not have a choice. The people in Oakland, they might have a chance to see the higher touted game. But yeah, I feel bad for the people in Denver and Kansas City because they're probably going to get stuck with the ass game.
Sunday Night Football. If only Coach T was on the podcast.
Oh, right. God, they're not flexing this out?
Coach T household is going to be rocking because Coach T is an Eagles fan, but the wife's a Falcon fan. Sunday Night Football, Philadelphia at the Mercedes-Benz Dome to take on the ATL Falcons. And I'm pretty sure they are not happy about what they showed against Minnesota. Especially after paying Julio Jones.
That's why it's I'm not just saying it because you know how me and T would go back and forth last season. I'm like, dude, let's really look at the context of the situation here. Philly's walking in 1-0. Atlanta's walking in 0-1. Philadelphia had to come back against the Washington Redskins. Philadelphia had a slow start to the season against the Washington Redskins. If it was 17 other teams in the NFL not named Washington or Miami, Philadelphia is probably 0-1. Dude, Atlanta just got the brakes beat off of them. There's no way that 2 seasons in a row, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, there's no way that the front office has Matt Ryan on a $100 million contract. Julio Jones with $64 million guaranteed. Calvin Ridley coming in the second season. There's no way in hell that with those 3 pieces, the Atlanta Falcons front office is just going to go through this again. You're not having last season than starting off this season like you did and not having an answer against a team that was down 17 points to the Washington Redskins. I don't know what Vegas has, but I'm picking Atlanta solely because it's kind of sort of the same logic I'm using with the Jaguars. There's no way you can start off your season like that. It's impossible.
The is 1.5 Philly over under 51.
Wow. So they only have Philly as a 1.5 point favorite, and they're expecting points to be scored. Well, I mean, looks like the guy that was actually healthy enough to win MVP needs to show why he won it that season.
Oof. I think you're going Atlanta.
Yes.
Am I correct? Oh my goodness. Do I go with Coach T or do I go with my sister? Oh, decisions. I wish I could be in that household right now on that day because I know they're gonna be going at it and it's gonna be so.
I don't even think they're gonna go church on a day like that. They'll probably just watch it on TV.
No, and them. They might be they actually might tailgate. No, and them.
And it's a Sunday night game, so yeah. Well, no, they got time to go to church. It's a Sunday night game, but then you got grocery shop. No, they probably.
Woo! So I flip a corn or what?
Bruh, like, dude, this is the season. Mind you, Darnell, look at the irony of this situation. Nick Foles got hurt the first quarter of the season. Wentz started out having to come back against the Washington Redskins. The Philadelphia Eagles are looking like they made the right and the wrong decision at the same time.
And yet Atlanta got their ass whooped by an $84 million quarterback who can't even get to the playoffs.
It's a tough decision. You might actually need to flip a coin. I was trying to help, but then I realized, that doesn't really help. It only makes the decision that much harder.
My sister Yolanda, I love you, but I'm rolling with Titans. I'm picking Philly.
Well, no, hold on. Give them another minute because they're yelling right now. Or they're listening to this. They're pissed. They're probably talking. Tyus is probably saying, I told you. He probably also said an F-bomb towards me and my Jaguars when I picked Atlanta. So
I'm sorry. I love you, but I got to do my picking right, man. I got to rebound from that abysmal week 1 pick, even though the record doesn't say that. But yeah, trust me, it is abysmal. So Monday Night Football, the team that got their ass whooped at home after being hyped up all offseason. Yeah, that team up in that from where LeBron got captured a championship at. Yeah, that place. They are at another team that for some strange reason decided to blow a 16-point lead to the Buffalo Bills at home. So they get to stay home for a Monday night game and get to play the team who was hyped all off season and had a 40 burger put on them.
Yo.
In front of the dog.
I know I root for a small market team. But when everybody was 0-0 and everybody had a chance and everybody was undefeated, the Kansas City-Jacksonville game was a freaking 1 p.m. kickoff. Why the hell, after seeing what we saw, why the hell in the offseason did they think that any of the New York teams and the Cleveland Browns was worth a Monday Night Football game? First of all, it's the effing Browns. Then the New York teams have been rebuilding for the past 3 seasons.
Now, mind you, they did play on Thursday Night Football last year, and that was the beginning of the Baker Mayfield show.
Okay, give it a 4:25 kickoff.
But now you got OBJ. Remember what you said about when they got OBJ now? OBJ brings prime time to you.
Yeah. He also brings something about wide receivers, man. Now, granted, I'm not saying anything new here, but damn, you could depend on wide receivers for many things. Bitching about not being able to wear $350,000 watches during a game is one of them.
So, Le'Veon Bell, what did you do? What did you do in your Jets?
He told him to give him the ball. Hell, when you're trying not to blow a 24-point lead, maybe you do need to run out the clock some more.
I mean, y'all was up 16-0, and they scored 17 on us to win the game.
That's why you run, bro. People laughed at Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan went to 2 straight AFC Championship games with Mark Sanchez in his first 2 years in the league. Inexperienced, wet behind the ears, breath smelled like summer, like Pick City. But Rex Ryan made it to 2 AFC Championships. How did that happen? A running game. Unfortunately, the New York Jets are one of those franchises where they are successful when they are boring. I don't know what they're trying to do with Sam Darnold, but Sam Darnold ain't that kind of quarterback.
So, since we're doing Stephen A. references, Cleveland, prove something to me. Can you do something first before I jump on this bandwagon? Can you have a winning season? Can you make it to the playoffs?
Can you win your first game of the season? Forget the winning season. Can you win your first game of the season?
You better, because I'm picking you.
Yo, Cleveland. I'm picking Cleveland too, but Darnell, bro, like, here's the thing. We know how Odell Beckham Jr. is. Let's just be real. We want to be fair.
He's back in New York.
We want to be fair to the players as people because they're humans. They're not just pawns for our entertainment. But, bro, like, come on, bro. You're in Cleveland. You're still worried about New York. You talk about New York all offseason. You're opening up the season being more concerned about being able to wear a watch instead of the fact that you just got blown the hell out by Tennessee. Like, bro, like, come on.
And you made Dallas come on this podcast and pick the Titans to win the division.
If the Cleveland Browns go 0-2, between Baker Mayfield trying to go in the media and be the spokesperson of the organization, between Freddie Kitchens trying to tell his assistant coaches that they'll get fired if things get leaked to the media, and between Odell Beckham being more worried about his damn watch sponsorship than the fact that they didn't put up 21 points. They didn't break 14 points. Their quarterback threw 3 picks. You have 2 Pro Bowl receivers. You have an all-pro receiver. You have a rising tight end. You have one of the Chubb brothers in the backfield. Why are you forcing the ball? It should have been more than 3 picks. If this team goes 0-2, with the things that they seem to be focused on right now, and with the fact that they believed all the hype they got in the offseason, it's going to be ugly, bro. And if they go 0-2, losing to a team like the Jets, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be rough. A rookie head coach, Odell Beckham, and a quarterback who's focused on a lot of things other than winning. That's going to be rough.
So for those of you who want to keep tabs at home, we're both going Carolina for the releasing of this recording on Thursday Night Football. I'm going Houston. He's going Jacksonville. I'm going Rams. He's going New Orleans. I'm going Philly. He's going Atlanta. And we both going Cleveland. Wow, that's a lot of differences we got going on.
But hey, it's that point of the season.
So as of right now, my record is 9-6-1. Dallas is 10-5-1. Damn Detroit.
I was thinking to myself, Detroit. Like, how the fuck did you get a 1? And then I remembered, like, yo, like, we did pick that game. Why the hell did we pick that game? What about, I know because of Kyler Murray, and like, dude, why did we put that game on our picks? Why did we do that to ourselves?
We had to. We had to pick all of them.
Do you realize that there's always a chance that we can end the season with a tie? But we literally have a tie on our pick records.
Damn Detroit. We both picked Detroit. And they let Kyler Murray come back and tie the game.
We both picked the same and lost either way. What?
Go ahead, slap the hell out of me for that Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh pick. Jesus Christ.
One day. No, granted, I mean, especially with the issues going on now, we're not that kind of brand. We're not strong enough. I don't think we should touch that issue. But with the issues that New England's going to go through in the foreseeable future, they might not have a big weapon that would have pushed them over the top for betting for them to be undefeated. That being said, it doesn't matter if they go 14-2 or 13-3. I don't know which games you're going to pick that you'll get right, because I feel like you're going to pull a T when you guys are going on your undefeated bid and you're just going to pick against the New England Patriots all week, every week. But, dude, that team is good. That team might...
Trust me, we'll pick that game this week. I definitely would not be picking against them.
No.
So, Ryan Fitzpatrick, you finna be throwing some more picks.
Fitzpatrick.
Man, Arizona, and enjoy your comeback tie, because the team that scored the most points is opening their home with y'all.
Do you want to know why I'm not so downtrodden with my current situation in Jacksonville? Because the Arizona Cardinals drafted a quarterback first overall. We saw that this offense was going to be ass all through the preseason. The coach is ass the first 3 quarters of the season. The quarterback is ass the first 3 quarters of the season. And then something magically happens where the coach figures out how to call plays at the NFL level. Kyler Murray figures out how to execute at the NFL level. and the Arizona Cardinals play hero ball, and they come back at home to open the season to tie with the Detroit Lions. I will never be as downtrodden with my franchise with how Arizona Cardinals fans must be with theirs, because my God, you had to play hero ball to tie with the Detroit Lions.
We went pretty long here, but real quickly. Russell Wilson, y'all didn't look good against Cincinnati.
What?
And y'all was at home.
Cincinnati's defense coming off a 32nd ranking last year, but hey.
Now you got to go to Pittsburgh against a team who's probably very pissed off because they know they're the laughing stock because everybody saw what happened to them.
Oh, and they can keep being upset because, brother, we didn't know that New England's defense was going to be that good, but we do have an idea about what Seattle's supposed to be able to do.
The problem is they going to the Steel City.
I mean, you know.
And you know how Ben is when he at home. Damn it.
We're going to see, because, I mean, when we're talking about rolling over coverages, the same way we talked about J.J. Watt and what happened with him throwing up goose eggs, Juju Smith is going to get his. They're not going to shut him down completely, but come on, bro. Best middle linebacker in football. Ziggy Ansah, Jadeveon Clowney setting the edge. James Conner is going to have a rough time. So you're basically going to rely on Juju Smith-Schuster to lead the passing attack.
We're going to see. And you might need to pray that y'all do beat Houston because either the Colts or the Titans going to be 1-0 in the division.
Yeah, and that's not fun because if there's a chance that the Titans win against the Colts, which there's a very big chance, that means that Tennessee is going to be walking 2-0, 1-0 in the division. And again, which is why I have to pit the Jaguars against Houston because there's a chance that Tennessee could be 3-0, 2-0 in the division with a very big out-of-division blowout. So all the tiebreakers will be there going into the end of September, and that is not a good thing for the AFC South.
So recap real quick. Me and Dallas picking New England. That's like probably like the 100% of the world, unless you're a Jets fan. I'm picking New England to win the East. I'm going Philly for the NFC East. Dallas is going Dallas. Say that 5 times fast. AFC South. I'm going Houston. And Dallas is going Tennessee. After all the Tennessee, Nashville.
Nashville. You don't understand the nausea that I'm going to feel in week 17 if I see that fucking powder blue tea by the 4th seed. Because I ain't getting no fucking bye week. Now, let's not get carried away.
Yeah, nah. We both going Saints in the NFC, so no surprise there. Unlike most people who pick Cleveland to win the division, we're both picking Pittsburgh to win the AFC North. Go do something first. NFC North, I'm going Green Bay. I got to go with the bad man, Aaron Rodgers. And despite they laying the egg on opening night, Dallas still going to roll with the Bears. That's pretty much correct because Dallas is a defensive-minded type of guy, so they got Khalil Mack. We both going Kansas City to win the AFC West. No biggie. And we both going with my Rams to win the NFC West. So those are your division picks. We recapped our games from week 1. We got you ready for week 2. So in college football, oh, my goodness. We got into a lot. We're going to get into a lot on college football because Dallas been waiting to talk about this group of 5 because from what happened in week 1, the group of 5 is now punching back.
Yeah, I'm confused because, I think week 0 throws me off because it's not the preseason, but it is the preseason. But yeah, bro, after 3 weeks of college football, technically, dude, this is. I know there have been other years when the Big East Conference was in existence where we had teams that are now in the group of 5 were doing pretty good. But in the college football playoff era, this is the strongest showing that the group of 5 has had yet.
So we have a brand new group of 5 top 5 list coming. We're gonna get in. We're gonna talk about our State the Game Day site. we're going to talk about Florida opening their conference play against Kentucky. We're going to talk about UCF. They have a big game that slimmed down a bit because Stanford got beat by USC, but it's still a big game nonetheless. And we got some more things to go to. And then, you know, Wrestling Podcast will be back because we have a pay-per-view coming.
Yeah. I made an effort to make sure, because I missed a whole week of content, that I saw the go-home shows, because you made sure to remind me that it is a go-home week. And Darnell, not that I blame them because of the big moves that are coming up in the beginning of October, but Darnell I think they did everything but remind us that a pay-per-view is coming.
So much to get into in the wrestling, but I'll save it for wrestling. So that's it from us. From my hour and 12 minutes in, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Got ready for the night game of Tampa Bay and Carolina. Jamie Spencer gonna throw about 2 picks. Nonetheless, enjoy the game, enjoy the NFL week, and we'll talk to you next time.